Hello friends, thanks for joining me today. One doesn't have to have a formal meditation practice to just get kind of tuned into conscious breathing. And I want to start doing little videos like this, little shorter videos, just talking about how you can do it one conscious breath at a time. Many people are intimidated when they think about doing a meditation practice. Maybe they don't want to do a meditation practice, but we can all benefit from coming back to the moment and reflecting from time to time, or basically not even reflecting, that's the wrong word, just living in the now. That's all this stuff really is, or that's all how it is from my approach. It's just like the breath, the meditation, all of it just brings me into now, where I am, not thinking ahead to the future where, that doesn't even exist yet, or the past, which has already happened, and ergo, it doesn't really exist. Although if we got into some quantum stuff and some deep physics, they say that past, present, and future is always happening at the same time. But anyhow, sometimes, I meditate daily, but sometimes I'm just out and about and I need a little, let's call it a snack during the day. And I don't have the time to sit down and, do my full practice, but I can just take a few breaths or one breath. And, sometimes if you think about that, if you do one little small thing, do one conscious breath on a regular basis, you're probably not going to sit down unless you're just in a really big hurry or whatever, but you're probably not going to sit down and just do one conscious breath. You're going to probably sit there and kind of explore it a little bit. So anyhow, however it goes, a lot of times I like to read a quote or kind of focus on something before I do this. Now I'm thinking I might have shared this quote to you before, but I'm going to share it again real quick. This is by Michael Singer of The Untethered Soul and Living Untethered. And the quote is, "You are not your thoughts. You are aware of your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You feel your emotions. You are not your body. You look at it in the mirror and experience this world through its ears and eyes and ears. You are the conscious being who is aware that you are aware of all these inner and outer things." I was rereading Michael Singer's book, Living Untethered. I think it was Living Untethered last week. And when it talks about here, you are not your body, you look at it in the mirror and experience this world through your eyes and through your ears. And he had a good little example there. Think about this. You looked in the mirror when you were 10 years old. You looked in the mirror when you were just becoming adult in your 20s. Maybe you look in the mirror now when you're an old man like me at 60. You see a different picture in that mirror, but here's the question to ask yourself. Who is looking? What is that one constant? What is that one presence that has looked? It might have a different reflection, but there's something in here. There is that consciousness. There is that self that has actually been the one looking. And that is the observer. The observer doesn't have opinion. The observer doesn't label things as good or bad, as right or wrong. The observer, and when it comes to the breath, just simply notices and exists. And it really is just something, and this is your most basic start right here. Is just, and you don't even have to sit down. You can be standing somewhere, but just get quiet. Slow yourself, and all it is just, as you're breathing in, you're aware you're breathing in. You might just even say the words breathing in. As you breathe out, you're aware that you're breathing out. So as you're doing this, you might just go in. You're not saying it, but as you're breathing in, you're just thinking in. As you're breathing out, you're thinking out. And after a while you do this, you don't necessarily have to think of the words. It just becomes something that you're aware of, something that you notice. But if you can just breathe in consciously and breathe out consciously for one breath, that is meditation. That is great. That is a great start. Or that is just a great thing. Who knows? Maybe you're fidgety. If sitting down for too long intimidates you, do that 3 or 4 or 5 times throughout the day. Like I say, you're probably not going to take just one breath. You're probably not going to stop and just go, okay, that's enough. Because simply when you slow, a lot of times when you stop and you actually observe your breath, it slows your breath. And when we slow our breath, it has a calming effect on us. I forget which nervous system. There's the parasympathetic nervous system and the other one, and I forget. But anyhow, it calms us down. So anyhow, give that a try sometime. And there might be a special quote, verse, whatever that resonates with you. But like I say, this Michael Singer, Thich Nhat Hanh, people like that just kind of really put me into this this mood or this mode for breathing, meditation, and all those kind of things. So anyhow, just a quick one today. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Be sure and hit that subscribe button, and just enjoy the rest of your week. Peace.